Hello, I'm Mary V. Today, let's have a deeper look at nerves. So nerves affects us all in different ways. Sometimes it's debilitating. Other times it's just a little flutter in the tummy and it's not too bad this time. You know, the fingers were not too bad and the mind didn't go too fuzzy, whatever. But let's have a look at the causes. And at the bottom of nerves, really one of the major causes is a fear of criticism, if you think about it. It may be that you are very critical of yourself and you can't accept any imperfection. I think it's going to be very difficult for you to be a violinist if you're really like that, because you're putting up a lot of resistance. And negativity does cause a lot of resistance. And it means that you're telling yourself some really harsh messages that are very unhelpful. And harsh messages from the mind, for example, I'm rubbish, I'm no good, I'll never be able to play this, oh, this is, I hate this, or whatever. Okay? They're not going to like me, I'm afraid to play in front of people, oh, they're going to hate me, whatever. These messages really affect the body, but the trembling and the effects are not the cause. The cause is really the mind and the messages that you're telling yourself. And there's a difference here. It's not to say that you must send yourself positive messages like, I'm the best violinist in the world, I will always play in tune. It's nothing to do with that, really. It's more to do with a feeling of having a go and smiling a little bit at human imperfection. And all soloists know that they have to guard their central core of musicality, themselves, from allowing fear and doubt to creep in. And it usually creeps in through the mind. So in order to have a look at that, get away from your violin and just see, start to see, have some self-awareness about the messages you're actually sending yourself. For example, if you're among a crowd in town having a coffee, do you like people? Are you afraid of them? What's your basic attitude towards people? Because if it's fear or dislike, then that's going to be really magnified in front of an audience, isn't it? So something can be done about that. You can say, have a look at yourself and say, well, there's a lot of resistance there. And as soon as you are aware of the way that you're thinking, the amazing thing is, and the thing that really works, is that it starts to get weaker and it dissipates. And you can replace these very helpful, unhelpful thoughts with very helpful ones. Not unrealistic ones like, I am the greatest violinist in the world, I'm, all that that's unrealistic. But helpful ones like, let's have a go. I love this. I love the violin. Oh, I was out of tune there. Right. The more that you're, oh, I was out of tune, that was terrible. That's a really negative message to send to yourself, because if you're afraid or angry every time you're out of tune, you can't really be a violinist. I mean, there's no such thing as perfection, but there's always development, isn't there? And you can really be shooting yourself in the foot by sending yourself very, very harsh, critical messages that are really not real. So let's get to the reality, because if you discover something inside yourself that's undesirable, don't try to cover it over with willpower. Have a look at it, because if you acknowledge it, it will dissipate. And that applies, start away from the violin and then have a look at what you're thinking during your practice and try to create an atmosphere of love. Love for music, love for the violin, love for yourself. And if you notice that there's a lot of criticism going on, just have a look at it straight. It's nothing to do with admitting or feeling bad or feeling guilty or you need to forgive yourself, anything like that. But every soloist and every violinist who has ever developed themselves knows that these are things called resistances, and it's those things that stop you from releasing, because everyone knows that tightening up does not make you a better violinist, or forcing or willpower does not make you a better violinist. It's actually allowing yourself to understand more, helping yourself to understand how to relax, because that's when great things can happen. Yes, it's difficult, but it does take a little bit of, self-awareness to be able to do that. So I hope that a little bit of what I've said has helped you. I wish you great luck on your violin journey, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.